Thank you. Mr. Thompson is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thanks to all the witnesses for being here. I'm a little heartened, actually, to hear about there seems to be a lot of agreement. Everybody agrees we need to fix Medicare, we need to make it work, and so that's the best news I've heard on this topic for a long time. I would submit, Mr. Chairman, that it might be helpful as we're looking at this if we had a plan in front of us. We've heard a lot of criticism about Mr. Ryan's plan. We've heard criticism about the Ryan Wyden plan. We've heard those who are proponents of that suggesting that maybe it's not what the critics say it is. It would be good if we had a plan. We could actually see the details of that plan and be able to get down in the weeds and look at it. Until that happens, we're just going to maybe spinning our wheels. But I do know a couple things for sure. I know that as I travel my 7-county district, that includes both rural areas, Senator Breaux, as well as urban areas, I hear a lot from the people that I represent about Medicare and what they think about Medicare. And I hear them tell stories juxtaposing the Medicare they have today vis-a-vis what their parents or grandparents had. And it's clear, and I hear it all the time, they like what they have now with Medicare. They like that. Now I hear criticism of Medicare. I hear people say, don't cut my benefits. And I also hear people say, keep your government hands off my Medicare, which is one that I always kind of chuckle out of because I guess everyone hadn't gotten the memo yet that Medicare is in fact a government program. But I've never heard anybody say, please, please go to a voucher system, do away with my defined benefit program. And I don't think I'm in the minority there. The Kaiser Family Foundation did polling on this. I think it's 70% of the people agree with that. And I think we really need to keep in perspective the fact that providing health care to seniors and to people with disabilities isn't a huge moneymaker. It's not a huge moneymaker. And I think that it's important that we note, and I'm glad Mr. Antos pointed out the fact that, that he puts great belief and credit in what the trustees say. I want to reiterate what Mr. Stark said. The trustees just said that the Accountable Care Act lengthens the life of Medicare by 8 years. And they said that if the CBO has said that if we put in place my friend Paul Ryan's proposal, they project that the total health care spending would grow faster under that proposal. And for the typical 65-year-old, there'd be an increased cost between 50 and 66%. And Mr. Aaron, could you comment on the effects to society of health care spending growing that fast, and what would it do to the not only health care but to the greater economy?
I don't think there's a lot of difference among the four witnesses on the fact that rising health care costs are a problem in this country. They squeeze public budgets, they squeeze private compensation. For that reason, systemic health care reform is the key to moving ahead. I think there's a serious risk of trying to screw down on the costs of just one element, even a large and significant element such as Medicare, while not attending to the rest of the health care system. For that reason, I think that the key now, the most important thing to do now, is to move ahead with systemic health care reform. The law of the land is the Affordable Care Act. Nobody, I think, regards that law as perfect in every way. We're going to learn new things as it is implemented, and we will probably change it down the road. But the first job is to make, to the best of our ability, to make that system work. To the extent that we do that, we then should, in my view, be open-minded and willing to come back in future years and consider whether changes such as the ones that are being proposed here today should be enacted and implemented. But I think now is not the time to do that.
Thank you. My time's expired. I yield back.